Can you tell us about yourself?
Yes. So my name is William Nicholas, and I am a game artist specializing in stylized environment art. My interest in video games began as a kid, watching my dad play the Xbox 360, and eventually that interest blossomed into a passion, which, when combined with my interest in art as well as my fascination with environment design, naturally pulled me towards game art. To that end, I've developed my skills in digital illustration, 3D, pixel art, color theory, composition, lighting, even game engines. A standout learning experience was when I was a participant in a game jam. There, I obtained a lot of key insights into how a game production pipeline really works. Moreover, being a visual communication design student has really helped me in developing my hard skills, my soft skills, and develop my mindset into one of a professionals. So one that strives for quality and customer satisfaction. That is why I'm so excited to take on this opportunity because I believe that my passion, my experience, and my skills are a great fit for this role.
What made you interested in applying for an environment artist position at our company?
Well, I've actually been following your studio for a while now, and I'm really in love with how the studio blends unique art direction with immersive storytelling. A prevalent example is on Judy's Tale, which is my favorite game from your studio. Its painterly aesthetic really blends well and heightens the game's emotional depth. I see an opportunity here to contribute my skills to elevate the studio's environmental visuals to better complement the game's story and emotional depth. Moreover, I'm just incredibly excited to have a chance to be a part of this really talented team.
Can you share your experience working or interning as an environment artist, and how did that experience help you develop your skills?
Yes, so it was during my game jam event where my team of six uh, had only 54 hours to design and develop an entire game. I, as a game artist, was the sole environment artist of the team, and so I was responsible for creating every single environment art asset while also helping out in the main menu art and character asset creation. Despite the intense deadline, we managed to create a product that we were proud of, for which I created two unique tile sets and over 30 unique environment art assets for. This experience really helped develop out some skills I have. The 54-hour time limit strengthened and sharpened my time and priority management skills. I was taught how to cooperate effectively with a newly formed team towards a shared goal. And most importantly, I had hands-on knowledge and experience with an actual game production pipeline.
What is your main strength as an environment artist?
So my main strength as an environment artist is my ability to create visually compelling environments that enhance storytelling. With my strong foundation in color theory, composition, and my keen eye for detail, I can instill the correct moods for certain scenes and incorporate details that can tell a story without needing dialogue or characters. For example, when I wanted to portray a magical village scene, I utilized cool lighting, planned out a great composition, and put in details such as subtle magical elements like glowing orbs, exaggerated yet cozy architecture, and scattered about some objects that the residents of this village would use to really make this village feel like it was lived in.
What is your weakness as an environment artist?
My weakness is that I sometimes focus too much on the small details, so much so that even if they're insignificant, I try to perfect them. This has led to some occasions where I finish uncomfortably close to certain deadlines. In order to combat this weakness, I've been striving to streamline my art process and customize my shortcuts in order to really speed up my workflow. And more importantly, I've been getting better at setting up priorities so that I can focus on what really matters without getting so caught up in the small details.
How would you describe your art style? And where do you get inspiration for your work?
So I would describe my art style as being painterly and stylized. I like to use visible brushstrokes and textures, and I love to incorporate expressive colors, well-planned compositions, subtle distortions, and most importantly, environmental storytelling to really create intrigue. My inspirations are Studio Ghibli and their capability to evoke certain moods with their beautiful artwork, Genshin Impact and their world building that uses various cultures and aesthetics, From Software and their game's meticulous attention to detail, especially in environmental storytelling, and an artist named Marco Bucci with really vibrant and colorful works that have unmatched energy.
Can you describe one of your favorite pieces from your portfolio?
Yes, hold on. So, my favorite piece is this. This is an artwork titled Left Behind, made for an art competition by the Game Development Club, where I won first place. Inspired by urban Japanese cities, I gathered several reference images on game screenshots, photographs, and other illustrations. After that, I developed various thumbnails, picked one that I liked the most, and continued developing it alongside designing all these buildings into like actual physical and realistic buildings. During the development, I was still experimenting with different moods and color palettes as I still wasn't sure what feeling I wanted to evoke. Eventually, I settled on a serene vibe, so I utilized warm lighting and a sense of nostalgia to really evoke this feeling of peace. Uh, for this project, I learned how to uh, stay within a theme. It reinforced my ability to research thoroughly appropriate media, and it taught me discipline and work ethic.
How do you work in a team?
So, game development is a highly collaborative field. Therefore, I strive to be a great team player that can step up if needed. I prioritize in a team uh, clear communication. I prioritize addressing issues proactively, and I try to get as much feedback from the team and implement them so that everyone can be satisfied. For example, during my time in the game jam, I took up more of a leadership role and ensured that everyone on the team had the same information and was always up to date on what developments were happening. Another example was when I was part of an event's visual division. I was in charge of the background visuals, and I always kept my coordinators and my teammates up to date on my progress. Therefore, I could obtain immediate feedback, implement them, and finish all my duties in a timely manner. By maintaining strong communication and being completely adaptable, I can seamlessly integrate into any team and contribute to the success.
Have you ever worked with a client who had a different vision than you?
Yes, I have. I once did a client commission to create a background visual being a rundown merchant interior for a client's virtual avatar. However, during the development, it turns out the client wanted to have the background be incredibly colorful, which would go against the rundown aesthetic that was previously talked about. In order to resolve this contradiction, I explained how excessive colors could actually detract from the intended vision of being a rundown merchant interior. And after some discussion, we managed to reach a compromise where the most colors were muted, while several key objects had vibrant colors to really pop out. This created a background visual which matched the client's preference for vibrant colors while still maintaining the intended vision for the client, which is a rundown aesthetic. This heavily pleased the client. And this experience really reminded me as to how important communication is for client work.
How do you see your future as an environment artist in the AI era, and how are you adapting?
AI is becoming an increasingly relevant topic in the game development and art world in general. I see AI as a possible tool. I see it as a great opportunity for my future as an environment artist to streamline repetitive tasks and help, not replace, in developing ideas and or concepts. While generative AI can be a threat because they are able to produce images faster than any human can, it still brings up ethical, legal, and creative concerns. I believe that creativity, storytelling, and original creations are still highly valued in the society. As to how I keep up with the latest AI trends, AI developments, and AI tools through content creators and social media. Moreover, I already use AI in my workflow to help find relevant information that I can then cross-check for credibility and help develop my ideas so that they can be more unique. By leveraging this, I believe that I can stay ahead of the competition while maintaining my integrity. Thank you for your time.